Does God have a temper? Well, a simple reading of the Bible seems to indicate, yeah, he has a real temper. But the truth is, the deeper teachings explain to us that when you read the Bible, when you read the Torah, there are game rules. You have to understand how the Bible talks. The Torah is speaking a prophetic language. But most people think that God is some guy in the sky and he's just like us. He's just the omnipotent, all-powerful, and has a huge ego, a big control freak, and there's all these things he wants to do. And if you don't do it, he's going to get you. But the Kabbalah teaches that God is our higher self, our greater self. God is the self of the universe. God is the soul of our soul. So imagine you have a dream, and in your dream, there's a king, and the king is really angry at you, and you wake up startled. You go to a dream therapist, and you say, I had a dream last night, and there was a king, and he was really angry at me, and the therapist says the king represents your higher self, your greater self, and because of the way you're behaving, you're experiencing this tension, and the dream is imparting that your higher self is angry at you. But there's no anger here. It's just a prophetic way of communicating to you in a very dramatic, important way that there's incredible tension. So in other words, the Bible is saying that if God were a man, but he's not, but that's the only frame of reference we have, if God were a man, he'd be angry at you, but he's not a man, and he doesn't get angry like a human being. But God is our greater self, our higher self, and when we behave in a way that's in conflict with our greater self, if our greater self were described in human terms, then it would be as if our greater self is angry at us. But God isn't a man just like you and me. And what the Bible is trying to explain to us, not to understand who God is, but to understand who we are. And that when we act in ways that are contradictory and contrary to our greater shared self, the soul of the universe, God, then the most powerful way to communicate that tension and the impact of that tension is that God is angry at us. But God is not a man. He's much greater than anything or anyone we could ever imagine. So, I'm not going to say, so relax. It's not about relaxing. It's about do your best, work hard, and embrace the presence of God, our greater, higher self in your life.